Hello everyone, John12 back here again with another video, and yes, I'm back, and it's been a while. It's been, well, I wouldn't say it's been a humongous amount of time since my last video, but seeing as how significant time has passed since my last several videos I've been uploading, I decided, you know what, to make another video, and I was really on the fence of this, because really, some shit has gone down. A lot of, since the time of my last upload to now, a lot of things have been made aware of, have come to be very noticeable problems with my YouTube channel. So I decided just to take a break, because to tell you the truth, when you're consistently thrust into like conflict and stressful situations, specifically situations that don't really need to be stressful, you just need to like step back and like reevaluate things and just like, you know, just take a break on several things. So I decided to do that on my YouTube channel. But seeing as how I just despise seeing my YouTube channel unused and like not seeing any videos, you know what, I just decided, fuck it, just upload a video. And that's what I'm basically doing today. I was gonna stay off until August at the most, seeing as August is around the corner. And for all of you who do know, or if you don't know, basically August dates the month when my copyright strike will officially be gone, which is just icing on the cake, because personally I can't wait for several things to happen, because I just have tons and tons of stuff and tons of new updates for my YouTube channel. I definitely want to make August a good month, because this month has been terrible. You know, summer's been, you know, just a pain in the ass, specifically around here. So, you know, it is what it is. I don't want to like, you know, bitch and drag on with my complaints and problems, but do realize that I definitely have an update in the works for all of you to know, all of my subscribers, everybody who watches my channel, or anybody who relatively checks out my channel from time to time, that I will have updates to all the problems that's been going on, and I'll give you logical reasons as to why I haven't been on that much. But basically, you just have to wait for that, and obviously, stay tuned to August, where I have tons and tons of stuff to show you. Next off, the video in hand. Today, I have a top 5. Yes, another top 5. I haven't really done top 5s for a while, but I decided to just fucking, why not do it? Today, I have TV related top 5s. I've been doing a lot of Dragon Ball Z top 5s, and as much as I do enjoy talking about Dragon Ball Z, I don't know, I've kind of killed my mood of doing Dragon Ball Z videos. I don't know if that's because I've been doing it so much, or because I get requested to do it so much, but I don't know, I feel like just, you know, limiting myself to doing straight up just Dragon Ball Z related content kind of like bores me at a time, because I feel like all I'm doing is like just doing the same thing over and over again, you know, because my thoughts are my thoughts, my opinions are my opinions, they don't ever change. So it's like you're really just getting the same answer from me. But you know, that's a rant for another time. Today I'm doing TV sitcoms. Yes, I've been wanting to do more TV top 5s, and I decided why not just start it off with sitcoms. So fuck it. Today we're doing sitcoms, comedy sitcoms. Sitcoms that have been around since the beginning of time of TV. That's probably inaccurate, but you know what I'm getting at. Basically, everybody has a sitcom that they can relate to, something that's really touched them, something that's encouraged them. And a lot of people may feel that sitcoms are kind of stupid in their own way, and I do too. Like specifically sitcoms that are based around a singular comedian, it kind of does run its course too fast, you know, because all you're doing is just, you know, picturing your comedy, and even though that's good for what it is, you know, you don't really have a good story and a good character that you can get into. But you know, that's just me. But there's been tons of sitcoms around, you know, the decades that have really you know, made their points and their marks on pop culture, and specifically TV history. So let's just get right down to it. Today I'm going to start off with number 5. What am I saying? I always start off with number 5. What am I, retarded? I'm fucking insane, people. Today I'm starting off with number 5. I don't know why I said it again, but I'm going to do it. 5 goes down to The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show is one of those family comedies that, I don't know, it's because I watched it so much, but I don't know, I just love it every single time I saw it. I just felt like that was like the most iconic family sitcom of like history. You know, because there's lots of TV sitcoms that are based around a family doing shit that you don't really care, but they really did it good. You know, they fucking singled it out, and they did a lot of awesome stuff. And I think that's mostly due to the fact that, you know, Bill Cosby's comedy was so awesome at the time. I mean, Bill Cosby was the man. He was fucking the shit. He was just amazing, and he still is. I mean, like, he still does content. He still puts out content, which is good for him. You know, it's always good to have a creative person in comedy consistently put out shit that's great. So that's always awesome. But I think the thing that really gets to me about the Cosby Show is that it was significantly, to me, the first time you got a TV sitcom that was based around an African-American family that felt realistic enough and felt legitimate enough that you can watch it, because even before that, and even sometimes even after that, you always had like black families on TV that were usually over-exaggerated, which wasn't terrible. They were good for what they were, but I don't know, I always felt that they were just overly exaggerated, and they never really made that much sense, and it felt pointless. And I don't know, the Cosby Show just felt like this was a family that you can get into and watch, and know that even if, you know, even though that they were, you know, an African American family, specifically in that time, it just felt like a normal family, and it felt like a legitimate show. You know, and plus, the Huxtables are just awesome. What are you gonna do? They're just awesome. But that's gonna be it. I just love that show. I always watch it whenever it's on. It's always awesome. Bill Cosby's awesome. All the kids are awesome. It's just an awesome show. I just loved it. And let's move on. Going to number 4, I have to give it up to Everybody Loves Raymond. I mostly put that on my list due to the fact that every time I watched it, it always felt like that TV sitcom that mostly got on and got into people's, you know, minds as like a significant show to watch, an enjoyable show to watch, is because it brought families together. I don't know how Ray Romano did that, but I don't know how he accomplished that, but his show, his comedy, and like the whole, like, you know, the characters, you know, like the dad and the mom and the crazy brother and his fucking crazy shit, and like having a wife and kids and all that nonsense, it really made families like come together to watch that show. And that's how I always picture it, because when I was like, when Everybody Loves Raymond was on, it was like me, my mother, my dad, and my sister living in this house, and I always remember like that was the point in time where, you know, that show was on and it made everybody want to sit down and watch it. And like, I always remember that. And I like that. Like, I like the feeling of like a TV show can bring family members together that don't normally do a lot of things together, specifically activities. And watching TV is not that bad. If you're sitting down enjoying something with your family, and I think that's the good thing that's the blessing of sitcoms, because that's what they accomplish. Specifically sitcoms like Everybody Loves Raymond. So if you're a sitcom and you're like a creator or writer and you can accomplish that, then I think you did something good, because even though it's better to do physical activities with your family, watching TV together is not that terrible of a thing. You know, it encourages people to specifically want to do something and want to talk about what they just seen, and, you know, it just encourages, you know, conversation starters. You know, so that's what I love about Everybody Loves Raymond. But moving off of that, going to number 3 has to go to Roseanne. Roseanne, I just remember it as the show that was like, I don't give a fuck, I watched that shit kind of show, because Roseanne at the time, she was blown up. She was like she was like the number one like lady, like super crazy lady in comedy at the time. Like, she was just balls out, don't give a shit, fuck you type of person. And that's what her show was basically. Like, her character and the show was basically that. But I don't know, like, every time I watch the show, it just reminds me of like the craziness of the time. And whenever it's on, just like every other sitcom I name on my shit, it's just something that I enjoy watching, you know, whenever it's on. Like, I love it, it's enjoyable, it's funny. Roseanne's just great in it. Like, every episode's great. And it's also one of the number one shows that I figured that it doesn't matter if you're watching it from beginning to end. Whenever you get into it, you're into it, and you'll love it. So that's something I love. And plus, Roseanne's just awesome. Like, if you cannot be human if you don't like Roseanne, the comedy show. The sitcom was just awesome. It's so enjoyable. But moving on for that, going to number 2, I give it up to Cheers. Cheers, I think one of the main reasons as to why I love Cheers so much is because it was the first show, and shows did this before, and they consistently do it after it. But it was the first time that I saw it, where I saw that you can have a set and just base an entire story around this set. Shows didn't really do that well doing that. You know, they had to go outside, they had to go do stuff, and I don't think any other show accomplished what Cheers did, because you can just be in the bar and just enjoy yourself, you know, because bars are like that in naturality. I mean, like, there's a lot of craziness of today, but back in the day, you just go in the bar, you have characters among characters, drinking, smoking, and you have stories going back and forth, conversations that are just amazing. And that's what Cheers did. And plus, the theme song is probably, like, on my top 20 or top 10, top 5, whatever, like, best TV, like, theme songs of all time. Like, that theme song I heard so much as a kid. When I hear that theme song, I'm like, Cheers. That's the shit right there. But moving off of that, going to number 1. Well, before I get to number 1, I'm probably going to name some honorable mentions. I haven't done honorable mentions in a while, so let's just get to it. I'm going to name a few. There's a whole bunch that I like, but I'm just going to name a few for right now. Fresh Prince, News Radio, The Big Bang Theory. I know a lot of people like the newer stuff, but I mostly like the older stuff. That's probably like the newest of what I like. The Office is also awesome. Married with Children, All in the Family. Let's see, what else is really awesome? MASH. That's pretty fucking awesome as well. I don't know if I would consider that a TV sitcom per se, but it's definitely hysterical in and of itself. You know, just older shows, because, newer TV sitcoms are like, what's that fucking show everybody likes? Modern Family. That's like the TV sitcom of today. But I don't know, I don't really like that type of stuff. I like the older stuff, like All in the Family and stuff like that. Like, that's the type of stuff I like, personally. But that's just me. But moving off honorable mentions, I know that was kind of short, but I just wanted to make that as quick as possible, because there's just so many sitcoms that I can name right off. So I'm just not going to waste any time, but definitely check out all the stuff I've named. Number 1 has to go to Seinfeld. Seinfeld is the number 1 sitcom of all time, It's just... I mean, like, I'm probably going to go off on that. I mean, well, not me, but anybody else could go off on that, but it's kind of true. When I watched that show, just like every other show in my list, it's one of those TV shows that you can go on at any time and enjoy it. And plus, it was one of those first comedies that specifically created storylines based around nothing. Like, there's episodes and episodes of just, like, the characters just, it's like the ramblings of an innocent, like, whatever kind of guy. That's what it kind of felt, and I don't know if that's because it was possibly, like, Seinfeld's comedy at the time, and specifically Larry David's writing, but it just felt that way. Like, it was, and they're good together. I mean, like, they fucking made awesome content. Seinfeld is an awesome fucking show. It's just amazing. I love it. Every time I see it, it's just... I mean, I was just watching it just like a few seconds ago. That's how much I love the show. It's just so awesome. It's enjoyable. And, that's pretty much it. That's all I can really say. TV sitcoms. That's my top 5 TV sitcoms. I hope you guys enjoy it. I definitely have a lot more top 5 TV shows to go down. But that was the first taste of TV shows that I personally really enjoy. So I hope you guys also enjoyed, and tell me your list. This is a subjective list. Tell me yours. Hope you guys enjoyed. But I'll be back for more top 5s. I have more videos underway, but mostly I will be giving you guys more updates into future stuff, and definitely stay tuned till August, because I have a lot of content to give you guys. There's always a logical reason for everything. But that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been John Control.